Hello, my name is Amanda Hill, and I participated in the Brilliant Balance Breakthrough Program. I found out about the program actually through word of mouth. I knew of Cheryl Ann through working at the same company as her, and so that's really how I discovered the program. I didn't know a lot about what Cheryl Ann did, so I hopped online to her website and I watched a video on my computer, and it really just talked about everything that I was feeling. I felt like right then I just knew that exactly what I was looking for could be possible in the program. At the time that I was evaluating the program, I was just at a point in my career where I was finally ready to take action. I would say probably every year for the past 8 years, I had questioned whether or not I was in the right career. I had taken many steps. I had updated my resume. I had read a lot of books. I had applied for other jobs, interviewed for other jobs, but I never quite took that leap. I was never certain that I was heading in the right path. And finally, in the fall, I just had a few what I would call nudges and suggestions that I needed to do something about it. And so I actually decided to take a 3-month sabbatical from my job. And as I was trying to figure out what I was going to do during that sabbatical to make sure that I got a different outcome than all my past failed attempts, that's when I really started looking into Cheryl Ann's program. And as I looked at it online, I realized immediately that is exactly the program I needed to do while I was taking a break from work to really reassess what I wanted to do next. And so it really worked out perfectly. I had the luxury of time and I had the tool, which was the breakthrough program, to really help me make progress. I had been, quite frankly, I was successful in my job. I was doing well. I was earning a great income. I was progressing in the company. The business results were really good, but I felt like a ball in a pinball machine. I felt like I was constantly running from one meeting and one appointment to the other, and I barely could breathe or even take a bathroom break, quite frankly, it seemed at times. And when I came home, I just found that I was really spent. And as much as I wanted to dedicate my focus and attention to my children and my husband, I was tired. And oftentimes I still had things running through my head from the day. And so I hated that I wasn't really able to give them the quality time I was looking for. And then oftentimes I was working the second shift with work. So as soon as my kids would go to bed, I would boot up my computer again. And so I was just working quite a bit. And it was really this moment where I realized, gosh, I'm working really hard and I'm successful, but I'm not really feeling like I'm getting the most out of life. And I have these ongoing lingering questions as to whether or not I'm doing the right thing that really led me to Cheryl Ann. Upon joining the program, I knew I wanted to work on my purpose. I knew that I needed to get really clear and confident what my personal mission was. And so I felt like once I got clear with that, then I would be able to start finding a job that would better match with really what I was here on earth to do. And so it was really through the coaching that I had with Cheryl Ann that really by 1 month in, I was able to, articulate my purpose. And, just about, call it a month later, it became very clear that what my purpose was did not match my current job. And so, I quickly started looking for other career opportunities that better matched my purpose and really found one. And quite frankly, now that I've made that change, and as hard as that was, I feel like I have a more rewarding set of work, and I feel like my quality of life is better. So I would absolutely say my life is much better since going through the program than it was before. But I needed a lot of support and coaching and encouragement to really build my confidence to make such a big career change. Leaving a job I had been at for 18 years and successful and comfortable with, that was really hard. And it was through the coaching as well as really all of the mindsets and the community of women that are in the program that really helped give me the courage. I would hear their stories of success. I'd hear their reminders of imperfect action. I'd hear the quotes that talked about the importance of doing something different if you want a different outcome. And those, while they probably seem small at the time, those were all little seeds that were getting planted inside of me that helped me really grow my confidence to make that career change for myself. I think for me, being in the program was far exceeded my expectations. I joined the program, as I mentioned, really with the intention to discover my personal purpose. And, as I completed the program, I got so much more than just that. That was certainly pivotal. But I also got so much out of the community of women. Their questions to Cheryl Ann, her answers to their questions, really just brought and gave me new lenses to look at not only my situation, but other parts of my life that were still important, but weren't my primary focus for the program. I also, came into the program, I would say that I felt like I was a pretty good time manager of my calendar. I was pretty efficient. I'm a task-oriented person, and I'd say I was pretty strong there. And yet I still got new ideas and new suggestions on how to strengthen that skill of mine. So I really liked that. I also, just got a lot from the mindsets. I wasn't expecting at all of the lessons around mindset. And so I loved really that part of the program that wasn't just about doing assignments and listening to lessons, but actually getting me to think differently, because it was through thinking differently that I actually started to get clearer on what I wanted to do in my career. And it, like I said, it gave me the confidence to just take some pretty important steps towards a new, more fulfilling life. I would say, in addition to really finding a career that is more rewarding, there were also other benefits from the program. I remember my husband saying to me, just a few weeks into the program and into my sabbatical, he said to me, Amanda, he said, we have talked more in the past few weeks than we did the past year. And our conversations were deeper and more quality about our lives and our thoughts, rather than just logistics of the calendar and who was going to take which child to which activity. And so that was certainly one unexpected benefit to the program. The other thing is that, I now spend more time with my kids, more quality time. And it used to be I never could take them to the bus stop. Now I'm able to take them to the bus stop. And in the rare occasion that I can't take them to the bus stop, they are, asking me all kinds of questions like, Mommy, where were you? Why weren't you at the bus stop? So they have really noticed, and that's in their way, noticed that I am more present. Because they notice when I'm not there, versus, before I was never at the bus stop, so they wouldn't say anything, but now they really notice if I'm not there. And so I think that's just another example of how I've been able to be more present, and they've gotten used to seeing me more, which has been wonderful. I find I'm able to also have more spontaneous play with my kids because of some time that I've found and the career that I've chosen. It's really enabled me to have more time with them, more unstructured time, which I didn't have before. And I'm able to really enjoy that time and not be stressful and not be time bound with them, where I was watching the clock, thinking about the fact that I needed to wrap things up with them so that I could get something else done on my to-do list as well. So those are a couple of benefits I've seen from the program in addition to the job change. I would also say that, I'm continuing to take steps towards my purpose. So not only did I make a job change, but I'm getting more involved in a nonprofit that I had been a part of, but rather casually, I would say, not as deeply as I would have liked. I also find with my purpose that it has helped filter in the way that I even connect with friends and colleagues. And I've put more importance on those connections than I had the capacity to do so when I was in my big corporate job as well. And so, overall, my relationships are stronger, the work I'm doing is much stronger, and I have more time to do the things that I want. When I started the program, part of the program is setting up goals. And I had many goals. I had goals to exercise more often, read more often, have more spontaneous time with my husband and kids, to be in a different job that was more fulfilling and rewarding, to also create more friendships and stronger friendships with other women. And I can proudly say that I have made progress on all of those goals. And I was able to do it within, a few months, which was pretty phenomenal. I did have the benefit of being on sabbatical from work, which helped accelerate those results, but I have no doubt I still would have gotten those results because I was so driven to make a change and to make sure that, I got to a point that my life was really worth living, and it was the life that I wanted for myself, not what someone else wanted for me. I would say there were a couple of strategies that from the program that really helped me drive action towards my breakthroughs. One was actually the time study. So I remember, keeping track of how I was spending my time each week, and I discovered that I was spending, call it an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes commuting. And I remember meeting with Cheryl Ann in my one-on-one, and I said, oh my gosh, that is time that if I could work from home, I could repurpose to use to work out, to get my kids off the bus. And so that really started the momentum for me to start to think about what's a job that I could do and work from home in order to really help me make progress in a couple of those areas that I was really wanting to change. Another one for me was the mindset in perfect action, or I like to call it progress over perfection. I think I kept waiting for the perfect circumstances to make my change, and Cheryl Ann's coaching in the program really helped me think through, that I just need to make progress. It might not be perfect. I need to prepare for maybe a different outcome than I'm expecting. But if I start making progress, I'm going to learn faster, and I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to get to my goal even faster as well. And that coaching and counsel really helped me when I was second guessing my decision, not sure if I should follow through with the job change and leaving my big successful corporate job. And it really helped me get comfortable with making that magnitude of a change in my life. I would say if someone is thinking about joining the program, I would really say, if you want a different outcome in your life, you need to do something differently. And having the coaching, the curriculum, and the community and the breakthrough program was the perfect recipe for me to really make a pretty substantial change. And had I not had that, I'm pretty confident that I would probably still be in my old job, very comfortable, but yet unhappy and unsettled, still questioning in the back of my mind whether I was doing the right thing. And now I'm actually doing it, which is so exciting. And I can tell you, I have no regrets, and I can authoritatively say that I made the right choice in joining Breakthrough and made the right choice in my job change. And for that, I'm especially grateful to the program for really improving my life.